I know you guys currently see all this Cam and Jim Jones back and forward going on everywhere. Mason the cut eating popcorn with a little giggle on his face. I also heard a call online of Jim Jones calling Mace on the phone. I don't know when that was, if that was recent, if that was old. If you guys know a date to that, please let me know.
Yeah, that's me on the line. Yeah, that's me on the line.
You already know why you left Harlem. R.I.P. Baby Man and R.I.P. Pop Lottie. That's why you left Harlem. You ran up out of there, Beffa.
I moved from Harlem before that.
Did you have a congregation in Atlanta? Did you leave your congregation down there? Or did you backslide? Which one, Beffa? Because you're saying, this is me. I don't care what you're saying, this is me. I know you.
I know you too, sir.
Don't play with me, brother. Ain't nothing changed. You know, I put you in my Koofy category. Off with your Koofy. Don't play with me, man. Ain't nothing changed.
God forgive Jimmy.
What happened with, telling people what happened with Lottie? Did Lottie escort you out of Harlem before?
Money.
You on the line, Beffa?
Yeah.
But Mace was just way too calm and cool and collective throughout the phone call. But out of all this, the real person I wanted to hear from this entire time was Juelz Santana. And if you guys haven't seen on the new episode of The Art of Dialogue, Juelz Santana goes and talks about the Jim Jones and Cameron beef, the back and forward, and how he's really not here for it. Which I knew he was going to say that, obviously, as being brothers to both of them, you're not going to want to see the smoke. Even though I personally think he's closer to Jimmy. We've always seen Juelz with Jim. Juelz hits a couple points. Juelz talks about how he feels about the beef. Not only how he feels about the beef, two things that was important. Remember, Jim Jones is basically hinting that the reason Cam was rocking all the pink and he changed his whole swag like that was because of Jim Jones. Juelz Santana talks about that. I want to see what he got to say about that. Was Jim Jones really the reason why Cam was wearing pink? I need to know that.
So we in the office. Now time was ticking. They, these niggas start snapping. They're like, yo, they bring the Cadillac truck yet? They're like, they start snapping on me. But all they do is just snap. I'm not just out getting frustrated. Cool, that's another story. Cam was like, I ain't gonna lie, you get the truck, but you fresh as death. That pink hit, I'm stealing that. Thank you, my brother. You know I gotta go with that. You know I gotta make shit look good. Thank you, big dog. We're going all the way with these Easter colors. I used to pink with my color. Every Easter, all that shit. You heard? So that day, we wore pink like every day after. I've been wearing pink since Easter. 79, nigga. You heard? Always have pink. Pink from my favorite colors.
Not only that, remember, Jim Jones already hinted Cam running away from him, leaving him and all that, and the next day he comes up and daps everybody up like, yo, what we doing today? High fives.
The position in life and you're able to kind of change your life, you gotta play the rules. Cam was the person that got signed. He was the face card, and I understood that, and I made everybody around me understand that. Like, he's the prized possession. He cannot be touched at all. If he get touched, we go down, and that was the method. Even with Juelz. They all know I put my life on the line for this. I've been to trial for this. I've been on America's Most Wanted for this. I've been on gang files for this. I've been on everything you can name. So when people play with me, I get real emotional because I operate off emotions, as they know for all the times they've been with me. It's never been a time that I backed down from any situation in this world, except God. And I've been up against 20, 30 deep by myself where niggas left me by myself. You heard? And I escape those situations and come back and still give niggas high five. Let's do it. What we doing today? And
we seen Cam also talk about the BMF time when BMF ran up on them. Juelz Santana finally clears up the air, and he was also there. I love when, like, you know, the third person is there, not the one involved in the argument, because they're gonna give a non-biased opinion right now, where Jimmy's gonna say something that's gonna benefit his side of the story, Cam's gonna say something that benefits his side of the story. But what's Juelz gonna say? Let's not waste no more time. Let's jump into this and see what Juelz got to say about all this beef. Sub up to the channel. Don't forget we're doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. All you gotta do is sub up to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, where I will be saying who the winner is on my Instagram story at 10,000 subscribers. If you haven't seen some of the unboxing we've done previously, go check those out. Also, we have a whole bunch of other videos discussing the Jim Jones beef currently going on with Cameron as well. So if you want to see those, check those out. But let's jump in.
All I can say is Jim and Cam are very competitive. You understand what I'm saying? They've always been competitive, and it got to the point to where, you know, they had to be competitive against each other. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Jim is you know, doing what he do in his lane right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dropping music, you know what I mean? Doing his thing. Cam got the show popping, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So both of them feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's that Harlem like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just, you know, we always got to let our nuts hang and drag our nuts, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we deal with whatever comes with it later. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know.
Nah, but if y'all brothers, y'all should be happy for each other. Y'all shouldn't, not that y'all shouldn't be competing, because I get it. I love sports too. You know, everything's a competition. I feel that. But to be to the point that only you want to be doing good, you should be amped. Your show's doing good. Your brother's dropping music. Harlem. Like, everything's going good for everybody. Why be mad at each other? I think it's deeper than that.
Sometimes clashes, man, and sometimes it just be a simple misunderstanding. It definitely be, things that probably could have been resolved. But like I said, now you got social media and you got the internet and you got these things that are happening so fast. And you know what I'm saying? It just kind of like, I really looked at podcasts the other day. I was watching a bunch of podcasts. I'm like, it's crazy how all these old stories are getting everybody into so much trouble. These are just be old stories. Even like all this Cam said was something. He said all that on a live he did before, or pretty much. Like, he did, you know what I mean? With him and Jim had some words, They weren't on the best of terms years ago. It's just new to the new listeners, you know what I'm saying? And the new internet fans and the new people that are on, these podcasts and listening to these podcasts. So this is just like a double back of something that happened a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of, like I said, because I have my own issues with, behind the scenes, or whatever the case may be. We all probably have our own issues behind the scenes with whoever, but,
Yeah, and I know Cam, he said that Jim was a fan. Like, when he came around, he was a big fan of what they was doing. And he felt like he was a cool guy, so, he kept him around pretty much.
I mean, I was a fan too. I was a fan of Jim and Cam's before I met him. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the tunnel. I watched them perform. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where, I don't know. Sometimes people got to, certain things are said, but it's like, I don't know. Like the fans, like I said, I was a fan too. So, hey, I was a fan of Cam's before I met him. I was a fan of Jim's. I was a fan of Jadakiss and all the locks. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of hip hop. I used to work on 125th Street in the Mart 125 selling CDs. So, you know what I'm saying? I was a fan of just hip hop. I was all the bootlegs. If you know anything about Harlem and 125th Street, that was just the spot. You know what I'm saying? For bootlegs, CDs, tapes, before CDs, tapes, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, as much as I had my hustling, I had my trying to do right days, you know what I'm saying, too, when I was, young kid just trying to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? So I had all different types of walk through life, you know what I mean? I had my time when I was hustling, getting to it, going, busting moves, and I was getting to the money. And I had times where,
What I'm getting for this, Juelz don't want to say nothing to disrespect one over the other, because he still got love for Cam, he still got love for Jim. And I told you guys that in a couple videos ago. A lot of the stuff that Cam said that the world went crazy about, we heard him say on that 2-hour live. Remember, Jim went and sat with Funk Flex. He talked about the running away and all that when he started shedding tears. He was being emotional, and he said why he was feeling emotional, because he's a soldier. He always had Cam's back. Remember, then Cam went on the live, bro, for like 2 hours. Even called man DC's. He went crazy. He crashed out. And it just spun again. It basically just happened once again. Instead of Instagram live this time, though, Cam said it on his podcast. Again, another one that we saw Cam speak about and Jim speak about is when allegedly Jim was left alone. Jim said he got ran on and he had to take on 20 to 30 people by himself. A lot of supporters and a lot of fans were confused. Was he talking about the time that it happened at Rocket Park and Jim allegedly fought the entire Junior Mafia? And you see Cam jump in and then jump out and Little Caesar reacting to the video dying laughing? Is that the one they were speaking about? Or was it the story that Cam shared when they were speaking more about the BMF? Remember, Cam said you was running down the beach, you had water hitting your ankles. Water hitting your ankles don't sound like Rucker Park to me. It don't sound like a cement basketball court. So what I'm assuming was this is the encounter with BMF. And Jim Jones was allegedly running through Cam's story. That was Cam's story. Jimmy tells the story. Jimmy said he was left to fend for himself versus 20 to 30 people. Once again, I'm so happy that Juelz talks about this, because we could finally hear the story from someone else that was there, but kind of gives us more of a non-biased perspective. Let's see what he had to say about this one.
A run-in y'all had with BMF and how Jim ran on him. Was you there? From your point of view, what happened?
So the BMF situation. All right, so the night before, we was in Miami. Something happened in the club. We was in the club, and it was certain members of BMF. I think they was from St. Louis. I'm not sure. I don't know where they was from, but a certain members of BMF, you know what I mean, a certain fraction unit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, was pouring champagne over the balcony. The champagne got on us, you know what I'm saying? A couple niggas from out the crew ran upstairs, you know what I mean? I think somebody got stabbed. I think one of the dudes got stabbed, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not mistaken. Follow up the next day, we got a show with Fat Joe at one of these clubs in Miami. We had the show, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we see all these BMF flags up in the air. Man, niggas with mean mugs just holding a BMF flag. Like, what the who is these niggas? You know what I'm saying? And mind you, right?
They not know who BMF was at the time, or the crew rather say, because they were from New York and that was more of an Atlanta, Detroit movement. Because Fab knew who BMF was. We seen a lot of pictures of Fabulous chilling with Big Meech and everything and repping the BMF. The family still to this day is merch. So how did they not know who BMF was? That's a little, that part's a little confusing.
We used to go to different, like, the internet wasn't big, so we used to go to different towns. We would go to Philly, stay for a month, give out our mixtapes, try to take the town over, kind of like let our presence be felt, go to the next town. You know what I'm saying? That's how Cam was doing it. That's how we were really getting strong in these cities. Go to Ohio, go to Chicago, go to Atlanta. So, mind you, we were just in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So my man Chubbs, God bless his soul, rest in peace, Chubby Baby. We were just in Atlanta, right? That's where BMF, that's where they had a stronghold on at the time. We were just in Atlanta. I was hanging with one of the dudes from BMF the whole time. I didn't know it. A dude named Ill. He was like a real heavy member in BMF. You know what I'm saying? If you know who Ill is. He just came home too. Shout out to Ill. You know what I mean? So go back to the story in Miami, right? Mind you, they holding up all these flags in the club. We like, who the f is these niggas? Fat Joe and them kind of know that's them BMF niggas, which I got a problem with them niggas. We like, nah, we don't really know. They look like they got a problem with us though. Somebody recognizes them from being the guys from the club last night, because they must have seen the guys that was in the club with them Cool. Oh, we tied 2 and 2 together. This is them niggas from the club. We go back up to the hotel. Now mind you, I'm the first one. My man Blackadon and a couple of, we the first. We literally like right in Chubby Baby. We right there in front of the hotel. So the Palms is like this, right? This is the front of the hotel. Then the Palms got a long.
It's definitely what Cam was speaking about. Remember he talked about the Royal Palm.
Long walkway. Then the actual hotel is back here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the front where everybody, the strip where everybody's walking on South Beach. Oh, you gotta walk all the way in here, maybe about 30 to 50 feet before you get to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe long, maybe about 100 feet before you get to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, me and my people is right here. We trying to get the girls on the strip to get somebody to go back to the room. Jim and his crew they already almost like in the hotel. You understand what I'm saying? Jim is like almost in the hotel already. Like him and a couple of his guys are lingering outside, but Jim is like in the hotel in the lobby talking to somebody. Cam outside, car is parked off to the side. You know what I'm saying? So Cam's car is parked off to the side, and he's like in between the cars talking to whoever he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? So the guys pull up, the BMF guys, they looking all around us. You know what I'm saying? So my man Chubbs hit me. My man Chubbs tapped me like, yo, back up, Juelz. You know what I'm saying? So I get behind my man Chubbs and my man Blackadon. They like, yo, get behind me. See what these niggas trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. We trying to figure out what the, you know what I'm saying? As they all mount up, I'm literally the first one they could get to. Me. You know what I'm saying? I see the ill, the dude that I just told you about, I was hanging out with, and me and my man Chubby Baby, we was hanging out with him the whole time in Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? He sees me, but he got this mean mug on his face, like, I'm like, yo, you just together. Even Chubbs, like, we know this, but he got this mug, like, you know what I'm saying? All them, they rush. So we backing up, but they rush us so fast, like me and Chubbs and Black didn't even really have time to do nothing. So they was on us. If they wanted us, they would have got us. They kind of ran right by me and my man Chubbs. So I guess Ill must have told them, like, not Juelz or not Chubby Baby. You know what I mean? They ran right by, they rushed. You know what I'm saying? So that's everybody's running now. They just rushing, this man rushing. I'm backing up, but they done ran by me already. You know what I'm saying? Cool. They ran by me. Cam's off to the side right here in between his car. I honestly don't even think they saw Cam, but it doesn't matter because they didn't want Cam. They only wanted Jim and his peoples, bro.
They want Jim so bad. Did the champagne off the balcony that was poured? I'm assuming now when he said it fell on us, it fell on Jim probably. And Jim's people went up there. Remember, we already know Jim allegedly. He said it himself. I don't even know if we gotta say the word allegedly, but we gonna say it. Chills with the 9 tray. He even got the big 9 tray chain on all the time. Was he there with some 9 tray members from New York City and they happened to go upstairs and they happened to allegedly stab one of the dudes because he said that one of the guys from BMF got stabbed. Also, who was the guy that got stabbed? Because if you're saying Ills is a big member of it, he knew him from Atlanta, and he pulled up to rush Dipset. I'm assuming the guy that they stabbed from St. Louis wasn't like no regular, like you know, some small guy. It seemed like he was a big shot. Cause he's saying even Ills and everything was tight. They didn't even try to squash it. They went straight to try to get revenge. And the fact they went running looking for Jim Jones, I'm assuming the beef and everything that happened in the club had to do with Jim and his people.
They run, Cam's right here in the corner. I don't think they was even paying that much attention. When Cam had the security with him, they pulled out my man James is there. Same way, you know, push Cam behind him. We always get behind the nigga that got the, you know what I'm saying? That's going, you know what I'm saying? Let it go. Whoever's got the upper hand at that time. Stand behind him, boom. So I think they running straight to get in the hotel. They looking for Jim. For the guys that was there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Jim though, like, I can't say Jim ran because I didn't see Jim run. To my knowledge, just about the whole event, Jim was already in the hotel. That's why they didn't get nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Jim was already in the hotel going to so I don't even think Jim saw the whole commotion happening like that. Like Jim was already, like Jim was going already. He was in, it wasn't like on no running. Jim didn't even, I mean, we were already back at the hotel. So that's my take of it.
Cam said that then Jim ran from the hotel down the whole beach and they was chasing him. He had water hitting his ankles. Again, was he just adding something to the story, you know, spice it up a little bit? Or is Juelz, you know, trying to cool down the story that I didn't see it so he don't make his mans look bad? Because we know BMF is a crazy crew. Yeah, we knew them for getting money, but we also know what happened to Wolf from Diddy's Bad Boy crew over getting in a fight in the club with Meech.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it to say who, but something I know. Shout out my man Blackadon. That's all I'm gonna say. BMF know my man Blackadon. You know what I'm saying? And make a long story short, shout out to my man Sheik Luch. He called Meech or whoever he called. He's my man. You know, there was a fraction of North that we was tied to up here in New York, and they had ties with BMF. And you know what I'm saying? We just squashed that whole shit. Like I said, the Ill knew Chubby Baby. It was just so many. It was a lot of different ties we had that to each other that we just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So you had a lot of different niggas calling, trying to. So whoever squashed the situation, to my knowledge, it was my man Daddy O Sheik from North. You know what I'm saying? He fully squashed the situation. You know what I'm saying? Next day, had everybody meet up and everything was all good. Yeah, that's how that BMF situation happened. But my man Black was tight. My man Blackadon wound up going back up to the BMF, to the hotel they was at. You know what I'm saying? Just to like, because he was just so mad that happened. Like, nah, like that, like, don't run down on us, man. But, you know, whatever, that everything wound up being cool. So, you know what I mean? It happened. Men respect men at the end of the day. So
we're not really getting much from it though. I feel like Juelz is holding back something. You get me? So I'm not gonna go speak too much. He's holding back a bit. Cause even the way that Jim was so emotional with Fun Flex that day and said he had to fend for himself versus 20 to 30 people, he got himself out of that situation. He didn't just stand there and play invisible in the lobby. Like, nah, he had to do something. Something happened. We called the elevator went upstairs and they didn't know if he didn't have a key card to get up there. Something happened. Something. Now, are we gonna know? We definitely not gonna know from Juelz Santana is what it's seeming like.
A situation happened, you know what I mean? And you know, when you see 50 niggas, like I don't give a I'm talking about a real 50 niggas too. Like, you gotta think these niggas had niggas from mad different towns, and this was Miami during Memorial Weekend. So all of the crews was out there. Whether it was the St. Louis BMF niggas and I mean, everybody was out there. This was Memorial Weekend in Miami when it was prime time. That year, the years when it was like you had to be somebody to go out there, and BMF was somebody, and we was somebody. So we was all out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like it's like a clash that could have went somewhere else, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody wound up respecting the situation and just how it played out and understanding that, all right, come on, man, we gonna be running across each other. We got too many men, good men that know each other, that with each other. So all right, this ain't really about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Jim's held his own through many situations. So I mean, to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about in that situation. Like I said, Jim was already in a hotel because he just was the first one probably to get back to the hotel from where he was at, and he might have had a. I mean, he might have just been going to his room for whatever reason already. Like, he was already in the hotel. I was lingering because I was just a young trying to catch my stragglers. Cam had pulled in whatever car he was in. You know what I'm saying? Cam probably had his driver, so they pulled in. And like I said, the hotel had a long walkway. All the cars were parked to the.
Nah, the Royal Palms does. Now that I'm thinking about it, right there on South Beach, it definitely does. And he's saying Memorial Weekend. He's saying back then you had to be somebody to be here. Now you could just be an anybody, because Memorial Weekend here be packed, crazy packed. You can't even go get ice cream because you're gonna be in line for 30 to 40 minutes for gelato. Like, it be wild here. Spring break, all that be crazy. Like, it's buy one hotel room, get one free. It makes no sense to me. Like, nah, how are these kids affording this? This is crazy. I be like a grump now. Like, nah, this city just way too packed during the holidays. I ain't even gonna hold you. Labor Day, spring break, and Memorial Day. Oh my God. July 4th. Oh my God.
Side, and then you walk straight in, and then the hotel was in the back here. Everybody know the Palms on Miami Beach. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's right there on the strip.
Nah, it is right there on the strip. Nah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. I feel like a little bit more happened, and he don't really want to go into it because he keeps saying shout out to his people. Jim was already in the lobby, but you said they ran past you, they ran past Cam, they wanted to go straight into the hotel room. Hotel security, Royal Palm security ain't stopping 50 dudes. And you said Jimmy was right there in the lobby, you talking to somebody. So how he get from talking in the lobby to you saying that he went to his room first? I don't think we're gonna find out how that really played out to 100%, you get me? The beginning of all the stories, they all link up. But we just never make it to what happened. Blue Da Vinci allegedly tells the story, but Cam said that his story wasn't really that accurate, so you know, I'm gonna skip his side of the story. Everybody's saying, nah, his story ain't accurate. Mine is the right one. Nah, his story didn't go like that. Mine's is the right one. Bro, we've already heard 4 different stories. Jim's story, Joel's story now, Blue Da Vinci's story, Cameron's story, and everybody's saying, nah, mine's is a true event. They all start the same, but they all end drastically different.
Who I do?
And just to see a little bit more, the last thing that I wanted to know was, did Jim Jones really put Cam onto the pink? We all know Cam for that very famous outfit. I've seen people's screensavers. I've seen people's phones. I've seen Halloween costumes where people try to react that Cam pink famous outfit with the mink. But was it really Jim Jones telling Cam, you know what would be wild? He came out of no pink. Crazy. Let's see, because I never heard this story before. I knew Jim Jones was always running around with the blood bandana flag on everything. Leathers. He used to tie it around his ankle with Tim's on. Like, we've seen him in that flag with many different poses, outfits, and all. For him taking credit for the pink, I didn't know that. But what y'all think about this? Let's see what Joel's got to say.
Was it the red pink? I know Jim Jones, he said that he came up with the idea, but from your point of view, who came up with it?
I don't really know. Honestly, Jim came up with a lot of ideas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who came up with the idea for pink, honestly. So for me to sit here and say that, I would be lying. You know what I'm saying? I know Jim is a fly nigga. Jim is definitely, you know what I'm saying? We all fly niggas in our own right, but at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. The pink shit, I don't know. Cam brought it to the masses. Cam did it like it made it a thing, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say that, yes, Cam made it a thing. Possible that you know, he could have got it from Jim, yes. You know what I'm saying? We all took from each other in little ways. This is what I'm saying. Like, Nick got to stop all this, yo, I did this, and we was crew, bro. Do you understand what crew is? See, that's why I say y'all niggas don't be crew. Y'all niggas don't be bros, or y'all missing something that I just don't get, bro. Crew and bro search is like what's understood don't need to be said, nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We all take it from each other. You know what I'm saying? But if we a team, in order to reach 100%, we all gotta, you know what I'm saying? We all gotta give. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give 30%, some niggas may get more than others, but you know, to reach that 100%, we gotta be a team. You know what I'm saying? Come to me and people may say, yo, Wayne, people always love to say that, yo, Wayne got this from you. I'll be like, you know how much shit I got from Wayne? And you understand what I'm saying? Like, these be things I'd be like, why is that like a thing? Like, you know what I mean? You know, but that's how we living. That's how niggas is living nowadays. Everybody wanna be the. I know what I brought to this shit. I already know my slogan. I don't pop shit. I show shit.
Nah, Santana's forever a legend. You guys know I told you. Childhood me used to look up to Derek Jeter and Juelz Santana. Like, yo, wow mix. I know, wow mix. Throw backpack Kanye in there as well. But really, tier 2 would be Kanye and Wayne. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's tier 2. Tier 1 was Juelz Santana and Derek Jeter. I'm not here to question it. I'm just telling you the facts. Juelz Santana, when it came from the dressing, it came from the bars, it came from the music, the Hey My verse, the Santana Town, everything. That was my guy. That was, even in Dipset, my favorite of all of them when I was a kid, for sure, was Juelz, then Cam, then Jimmy. And maybe it's because I was super, super young at the time and just always, you know, got a little bit more attached to the youngest dude. I'm 18 and live a crazy life. Plus, I tell you what the 80s like. I know what the ladies like. Need a man that's polite, listens and takes advice. I could be all three. Plus, I could lay the pipe. Come with me, come stay tonight. She looked at me laughing like, boy, your game is tight. I'm laughing back like, sure you right. I'm just assuming it was that. You know, it was just the youth. I just tied to him, the outfits, the dressing, everything. Yo, Juelz to me was the flyest. But it sounds like a brother that don't want to step on either toe. He told us a lot and didn't tell us anything at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, he talked about every topic without really saying much about the topic, if that makes sense to you. But you gotta respect that. At the end of the day, those are both his brothers. He's not choosing one side over the other. And I told you, I think he's closer to Jimmy now. Still didn't even make, if you didn't know that, he still never made it obvious. It's not like he could have took the chance right now, you know, to ride with Jim and just shit on Cam. He didn't do that. We a crew, we a team, we all took from each other. He kept throwing himself under the bus. I was a fan of Cameron. I was a fan of Jimmy. They said Wayne took from me. You know how much I took from Wayne? Like, yo, you could just see it right there, you get me? He's not with right now trying to talk down upon his other brothers. He know this ain't the right time to really egg it on. And I love to see that from Juelz Santana, man. That's a leader forever, bro. And yeah, he didn't really have the career that I wanted him to have, and how as a kid I was betting that he was gonna be one of the biggest ever. But me personally, Juelz Santana did everything he did, man. Back like Cook Crack, all those mixtapes, the albums, everything, the outfits, the features, the verses on all the Diplomat songs, that can never be replaced with anything. I wish that we did get a lot more from him, but I'm super grateful and happy of everything we did get throughout his legacy. Subscribe to the channel, man. Comment down below. And it's funny because Juelz is still not done. Juelz still working like crazy today. I can't feel my face. We still been waiting for that mixtape. That's one thing though. He gonna hype the hell up out of a mixtape or an album and never give it to us. Ooh, Lord, best pump faker in history. But how'd you guys feel about the information shared here with Juelz Santana? If you guys want to watch the full interview is like an hour and something. You should watch it. It's fire. It's fire. Go check out The Art of Dialogue. Shout out to that channel, man. Shout out to Juelz Santana. Shout out to Diplomats. Hopefully one day all this can end once again. Sub up to the channel, man, if you guys want to be part of that giveaway.